Hello everyone, Michael Bowman here from Vertical Works. This video is called Merger Madness and Acquisition. And essentially what it's about company acquisition. And I want to explain this with a real world example. So recently, very recently, within the last 3 days, I actually interviewed at a little company in Portland for a contract to hire solution architect position. The initial interview was with 5 people that actually were part of the dev team, that built a legacy system that was about 3 years in the making, almost 1 million lines of code. Total man hours was about 10,000 hours for man hours. It was like 3 developers over, close to 80 weeks, do the math. So that went great. That was an hour and a half long. I'm just giving you the background. During that time, a couple of days ago, I did a solutions-based analysis, risk analysis, technical analysis. I checked out the culture, the dev team, the management team, the volumetrics, everything. I went through the whole thing. I have a list of everything I go through up here and just poured through it. So that was good. It was a very healthy exercise. I think they liked the output that I gave them. They brought me back. They said, this is the guy. Out of 11 people I think they interviewed or something like that, I heard, this is the guy. We want this guy. So great. So today I went back and I met with 2 other people. Now these 2 people are not really from this little company. They are from what I call the money company, right here. Now what happens in a merger is a company like this who has tons of money looks for little companies like this, like a vulture looking for food, and they basically will infuse cash into this company, and then they will also infuse, there's everything's balanced, right? For every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. So the cash got infused, and then these 2 guys, the CEO and CTO, got infused. Now, the CEO seemed like a very nice guy. The CTO, to me, seemed like, well, possibly psychotic or narcissistic. Most definitely no self-confidence. This is the type of person that every time you say something, he's got to tell you he's either writing a book, or he's done it 50 times better. He's one of these guys. He's very insecure. So today I pitched to them the analysis that I did for these people who are in total agreement with it. And what I find in the meeting here is conditions that make me believe that either there's 2 possibilities. These guys are either idiots or they are operating, doing something with ulterior motives for this company. And this is the nature of this video, the ulterior motives. Look, we don't need to talk about them being idiots, because if that's the case, that's just the case. These guys installed idiots, who are setting ridiculous goals for no reason, they're setting dates, putting stakes in the ground during the holiday season without plans, without having gone through the proper course of management process to derive real data on what needs to be done. And it basically comes down to, well, my buddy here has used to manage 900 developers in a big company, so sure, he can do it here in a little company. So let me digress and spin off on a quick tangent. We know the difference between a little company and a big company. If this guy's sitting up here in a big company, he's managing 900 developers, he's not getting his hands dirty. He has no idea what he's doing. He's in strategy. You get so far up the triangle, you are decoupled from the day-to-day stuff, right? It's more strategy, it's schmoozing, it's long-term stuff, it's who you know and all that stuff. It's not about actually rolling up your sleeves and getting work done. So if he dealt with 900 people, he's not a project manager. He's not a guy that's doing the grunt work, right? And if he's trying to carry that over here, then maybe he is an idiot. However, what I want to talk about is the real world situation that you need to watch out for if you're an employee or a contractor. And that is that companies that infuse large amounts of money into little companies and then install 2 guys like this, if the ulterior motive which happens all the time. It's to prune out these people. Okay? It happens all the time. I've seen it. I've been part of it. I've experienced it. When this happens and these guys get installed, they've only been there a couple of months, and these people are completely upset. Chances are, and they're making decisions that make no sense, and they're telling me that these people don't know jack when these are the people that wrote the system. What you need to understand is this company needs to prune this. It's like pruning a tree. And they don't want to just fire people because there's a contract with the sellers that you'll keep my people on board. So what they'll do is they'll make their life miserable and then they will get out. It's a very normal process, ladies and gentlemen. If that's happening, you need to keep your eyes open, your feet on the ground, CYA yourself, and take the actions that are appropriate for you. Because this could be a sinking ship. Because these people are the ones that have the driving business force at this point. It's no longer this, and it's no longer them. Okay? This is what I really wanted to make the video about. I wanted to let you know that in this scenario, everyone talks about how great mergers are. Mergers are great for the people that have shares and own the company. Mergers are not great for the people that actually do the work and are sitting down here. It can go very poorly. Now, I have a personal experience many, many, many years ago, almost a lifetime ago, where I was a product development manager working for a company and in California, and I lived in Oregon and was helping them, and they had about 10 people, and by the time it was done, the last men standing were me, the CEO, and another developer. Everyone else had been cut. This company had, not this company, but the money company for that situation, had pruned out everyone down to just the core people. And my job duties had quadrupled and then some. And it was very stressful, and finally I just left. So what I'm saying is, this situation happens all the time. I hope I've discussed the scenarios and explained it. It's something you need to be aware of. I don't know if they teach this in college, but this happens. And if you're new to the business world, you're 21, 22, 23, 24, whatever, or you're 30 and you've never seen it and you're getting hit with it, you have nowhere to go. I'm trying to help you. This happens, and people that are way up here in a big company don't know how to deal with stuff down here. And when they get installed into something like this, bad stuff happens. And you need to quickly assess, are they idiots or are they implementing motives? And they are idiots if they don't listen to this team. Management should always listen to their people. Right? You have to support your people. Doesn't mean you can't listen to other people, but you have to listen to your people. Right? And when they're telling you they're nervous and that's not going to happen, don't make decisions that ruin their life. Don't make morale go to the floor by setting stupid dates because you flipped a coin and wanted to put a stake in the sand. You support your people. And if you can't do that, these people are going to think, gee, there is something else going on here. I hope that's sufficient, ladies and gentlemen. This is Michael. Have a great night.